Reactor, I don't know about you, but after finishing that Season 7 finale, I just sat there for a moment trying to take it all in. That episode wasn't just emotional. It was intense, it was totally overwhelming, and honestly, kind of exhausting, but in the absolute best way possible. You feel it, right? We are all carrying the heavy weight of that ending.
You absolutely are not alone in feeling that way. Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to break down exactly what we just witnessed, and more importantly, what it all means for the future. Because now that it's over, there is no way you aren't already thinking about what comes next. Season 8 is clearly about to take all that lingering chaos, all that moody tension, and push it even further. So let's dive right into this.
Let's start with Section 1, Brady's earned redemption, proving the change.
Analyst Brady's journey this season was easily one of the strongest arcs we've seen, mostly because his growth finally feels earned. Think about the old Brady, spiraling, reacting with anger, always seeking revenge. But then look at the new Brady. He's calm. He's accepting loss, especially after everything that went down with Lark.
Exactly, and that's what made me really marvel at his growth this season. I mean, the old Brady would have absolutely burned his own life down over that. He would have made things so much worse. But this time, he didn't. He tried to move forward. That kind of growth is incredibly hard to pull off, and it just made his character feel more real than ever before.
And that growth is exactly why this next moment matters so much. Brie finally stops running. On the surface, her relationship with Mike looked so stable, so safe. But deep down, I think we all knew something was missing. So when she finally admitted her feelings for Brady never went away, it didn't feel surprising. It felt completely overdue. Choosing him again gave us this massive, beautiful, emotional payoff. And then, the show just flipped everything on us. That accident came completely out of nowhere. One moment, Brady is finally moving forward, he's ready to start fresh with the woman he loves, and the next, everything just stops. No answers, no closure, just a brutal cut to black. I mean, did that really just happen?
It's the exact question everyone is asking right now. Will this crisis be the catalyst that bonds them for good? The crucial point here is looking at the narrative structure. Honestly, this doesn't feel like the end of his story. It just wouldn't make sense to kill him off after all that carefully crafted development we just talked about. Season 8 will likely pick up right there with Brady in the hospital, probably in critical condition. And if he survives, which feels highly likely, this terrifying hospital crisis is going to permanently lock him and Brie together. It'll push them to stop holding back for good.
Moving on to Section 2, Mel and Jack's realization, a delicate path to parenthood.
Their story this season hit very differently because of how carefully they approached this path. Right after the wedding, there was this baseline of hesitation. They weren't even sure they were ready. But watching Lizzie and Denny provided this crucial inspiration that made them really reevaluate the kind of life they wanted. And then, finally, reality hits. Meeting Marley wasn't rushed. They took it incredibly seriously to ensure a completely safe home.
Reactor. It was just so beautifully handled. Seeing Mel hold that baby for the first time, wow, that was powerful. And honestly, that is almost an understatement. After all the trauma Mel has endured, all the heart-wrenching loss, seeing her physically hold that baby, you could literally feel the profound weight of what it meant. It was just pure joy.
But how long does peace ever really last in this town? You just know, sitting there watching them be so happy, that the other shoe is about to drop. This is where things get serious.
And drop it did. Marley's heart condition changes everything. What should have been a purely happy milestone instantly morphed into fear and uncertainty. Heading into Season 8, this medical crisis becomes a central conflict. We're likely going to see these difficult, high-stakes surgeries happen very early on in the new season.
But the real story isn't just the medical side, it's the psychological fallout. Realistically, taking the baby away from Mel now would feel way too harsh, even for this show, so survival is definitely probable. But the emotional impact? That doesn't vanish. We are going to see Mel become fiercely, maybe even obsessively overprotective. Meanwhile, Jack is going to struggle to keep the balance. He'll be desperately trying to ground them and remind Mel that they are in this together.
Which brings us to Section 3, what happens in Season 8, the agonizing wait.
We are all absolutely desperate for answers about these massive cliffhangers. So, to reassure everyone panicking out there, let's look at the real-world timeline. The show is officially renewed. There is zero danger of cancellation. Production is already actively underway with cameras rolling right now. And if everything follows the standard cycle, a teaser trailer could very well drop by late 2026.
Now,
If you are looking for the full release, we are projecting early 2027. I know, it feels so far away. But amidst all this emotional theorizing, it really helps to have a hard date to look forward to.
Reactors, so until 2027, all we can do is wait, try to recover from that wild finale, and ask ourselves this one haunting question. When the dust finally settles, will this extreme trauma push these couples together for good, or will the sheer weight of it completely break them apart? I guess we're just going to have to wait to find out. Thanks so much for joining us for this Explainers, and we will see you next time.